Because before, when I was maybe 24, 25, even though I was working, I thought, I want to be a famous comedian.
Yeah.
But the older I am,
Mm-hmm.
my dream is kind of becoming, how can I say it, small? Because sometimes I'm disappointed. I'm 32 and this is my English skills. I thought when I was 22, when I'm 32, I can speak English fluently and understand everything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It changes as you get older.
Yeah.
I was like, let's change the world. And now I'm just like, I bought a really nice hot water bottle. Hi guys, and welcome to Meshida's podcast, Why Japan! Yay! So, as you can see, I've stolen the podcast today.
Oh, really?
Because I should probably introduce myself. I'm Lai, I think I've met you all before. Hi. And I've stolen the podcast today because I'm going to interview Meshida.
Yeah.
About
You know why we do this?
Why?
Because we don't have any topics. But I want to upload podcast once a week. I decided by myself.
Are you sure it's not just because you're like, I want to talk about me?
No one interested.
Everyone's very interested to know more about you.
I hope some like my YouTube subscribers, maybe. Yeah.
You've probably got lots of fans, and this will get you many more stalkers.
Yeah.
So I won't tell anyone your address today, but anyone, if you're interested, I know where he lives.
Listen, because on my YouTube, I usually introduce our kind of CD side of Japan, like a sexual side of Japan, like how to be a porn actor in Japan, what kind of sex establishments in Japan. Actually, sometimes I got the DM. Actually, it's all men. They always, hey man, can you help me? I find very serious. And then, okay, I reply, okay, I'm very good man. Yeah, I reply, okay, can I help? What's going on? They said, I want to be a porno actor in Japan. Can you help me? Okay, I ask, can you speak Japanese? No, Oh my god, fuck off,
Just saying, you could set up a second job by taking tourists to Japan to like nightclub entertainment. So you could just be like, give me a fee and I'll introduce you to places that accept English only speakers.
Yeah, to be honest, until when I'm 35, I can get money from comedy. Maybe I will do that.
You'd probably get more money.
Yeah. Maybe I like it.
So speaking of job ideas, this leads neatly into my first question.
Yeah.
Which is, when you were a child,
yeah,
was it your dream to be a comedian?
Of course, no.
No. Okay. What did you want to be?
I want to be a kind of professional soccer player.
A soccer
player, because until when I was in university, I belonged to football club, soccer. I practiced 6 times a week.
Wow.
But at that time, I always gave up being a professional. But I really like playing football with my kind of teammates. Yeah.
Why did you give up on being a professional?
Because usually you realize, we realize by ourselves. Because I knew when you were a kid, you wanted to be a famous actress.
I still do. This is different, I think, for sports and other things. Okay? I don't know how it works in the world of sports. I'm not an outdoors person.
Okay, good luck.
I'm not a sports person, but someday you decided that you weren't good enough at kicking a ball around to go pro. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So then when you went to university, you graduated university?
Of course.
What did you study at university?
I don't know. I just went to university. I didn't know anything.
So they do say in Japan it's hard to get into, but once you're at uni, it's very easy.
Yeah.
So you didn't do much at uni?
Yeah. Luckily, I went to kind of high school. It's connected to university. Once you enter the high school, actually, I don't need to study so hard. I didn't need to study so hard. I mean, I can, go to university directly. And
just not. So it was just very easy childhood for you then.
Yeah.
And you graduated.
Yes.
And then you...
but my major was kind of literature.
Okay.
I studied media. Yeah, I can say that.
Japanese literature or?
You know, can you believe if I say I studied English literature? You check all my scripts, you know, every time.
Laugh.
Okay, so I mean Japanese literature. I like writing Japanese, reading Japanese more than English. So
I mean, fair enough. I like reading English more than Japanese. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you studied Japanese literature, and then you graduated.
Yeah.
And what job did you get?
I worked at internet company, like a travel agency.
Oh, okay. Like actually booking tours for people?
Booking tours, yeah.
So entirely...
Tours, not more like private tours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when you travel, you search for a room or hotels using Booking.com or Expedia. Kind of, you know, Japanese version. It's a domestic booking site. Okay. Our company runs a domestic booking site. So, but they just treated contracted with expensive hotel, luxury hotel. So that's why my clients are all luxury hotels or ryokan, our traditional Japanese hotel. You know.
So that had absolutely no relevance to your university degree at all.
That's very normal here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
In Japan, actually, most of students, because some of my friends, we studied like literature, but some of my friends became engineer.
I've heard that. You join a company at the bottom, and then you get moved around, so you learn everything in the company, and you're not really hired for special skills or anything.
Yeah, kind of.
So how long were you at the company? Did you move up many levels?
No. That's why I quit.
Like, you're not paying me enough. I'm out of here. I'm going to be a comedian.
Because I'm not good at like desk work. I like, you know, kind of sales or kind of doing something. But I don't like desk work, you know. You know, I destroyed a lot of Excel. You know, Excel. I mean, like we share a lot of Excel sheets. Usually we share with among teams. I always destroyed. I mean, my assistants always, you know, kind of serious and then call me and then got angry with me, and I was so disappointed.
Then you decided after how many years were you there?
5 years.
5 years. Yeah. After 5 years, you decided this wasn't for you. But quitting your job in Japan is quite a big thing, right? Like it's quite a hard decision.
Yeah. Because at that time I was 27, and then I turned to 28. But I realized before 30, maybe I have to change my career. Otherwise, I can't change because pressure. You know, when you are 20, kind of 30 is kind of big. Especially in Japan, we have a kind of seniority system. 30 is a big age. We have a lot of kind of stereotypical image. When you are 30, you have a family, or you get married and have kids sometimes, you know, the pressure. Yeah. Before 30, I thought I had to change my career.
Do you actually feel that pressure? Like when people say you should get married and you should have children, do you actually, does it affect you? Do you care?
No.
Okay. That's nice and easy.
Yeah, but actually now I hate Facebook or sometimes Instagram. Usually now, under this pandemic, almost every day I'm so disappointed, you know. And when I see a picture, my friends, because they show can just try to show their best moment, like family, you know. Oh, okay, I'm 32. Why am I doing this fucking comedy? No one watched this video, you know. Sometimes Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, make me so nervous. Yeah, about
I think that's the same for everyone, though. I think everyone. All my selfies are only on days where I'm like, look, perfect makeup today. And the rest of the time I'm like in pajamas lying on the sofa for the third day straight. I think it's quite normal. Yeah. Do you have regrets then about quitting your job?
Sometimes. No.
The
not
money?
At all. No. Yeah, money, because I realized when I was working, I told you I was not good at desk work, but my boss asked me to do it correctly. I mean, I always kind of disappointed. I made a mistake. Someone called me Excel destroyer. I realized, my salaryman employee life will be shit. Definitely will be shit. Okay. So my dream is to be a comedian. I know if I would choose to be a comedian, my life would be shit. Okay, my really shit. Then I chose to be a shit as a comedian, and now I'm a shit.
It's a good way of looking at life.
But
it's gonna suck anyway.
Yeah.
Which way will suck the less?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also, just saying, if you ever have a superhero character, go with Excel Destroyer. I would watch that. You can just do like YouTube videos of you going into a company and destroying the place.
But I think he's a very weak, Excel Destroyer, and then
you could crash Wall Street. So when you said you decided your dream was to be a comedian, when did you start having the dream to be a comedian?
I like writing. I like to make something funny. So when I was a college student, even though I was belonging to football club, I wanted to do some comedy things in Japanese because I grew up with Japanese comedy. I was crazy about Japanese comedy. But when I was at college, my British English teacher recommended me to watch English comedy, to study English. When I was 20, I couldn't speak English at all. Can you believe?
Yes.
That's why 10 years past, still I have this fucking accent,
I mean, you're doing pretty well though. I mean, you're doing comedy in English, a second language. That's really good.
Yeah, everyone say that. I know. I'm Japanese.
I've been here long enough. This is Japanese tatemae.
But
English is
actually,
amazing.
not only in Japan, everywhere, people try to be very kind. Yeah, I understand. And then good things like when I perform in the UK, every time after my performance, British audience approached me and said, "Oh, I know you are so smart. You speak English with a strong accent on purpose. That's your strategy." I said, "Yes, of course. That's my strategy. Strong Japanese accent makes me smart, It's my strategy." And then I started watching in British comedy, like Little Britain. I watched Little Britain, and then I realized I like it. Little Britain nowadays actually Little Britain was banned. Yeah, because a lot of sexual jokes or kind of racial jokes. I mean, make fun of everything.
Yeah.
So, but I like it. Then my English teacher recommended me to watch stand-up comedy too, and then I watched and I love it. So because in Japan, I like Japanese comedy, but when it comes to sarcasm and offensive jokes and dirty humor, compared to some British comedian, I mean, we don't have a kind of Jimmy Carr, Frankie Boyle, like a comedian who say controversial jokes. Yeah. So I like controversial jokes. So and then my British teacher said, "Oh, you should do comedy in English." Yeah, because you have a Japanese perspective, and then if you can do well, it's working.
Yeah.
Then my dream is to be a stand-up comedian at that time. Yeah.
And you started. Yeah. I mean, there's quite a big difference in types of humor, I think, like with England, especially, say, UK and Japan. That said, you mentioned, like, in Japan, they don't really have dirty jokes, but there's a lot of naked stuff. Like, I watched Gaki no Tsukai at New Year's, and one guy was pushing a chapstick into another guy's ass. And I was just like, why is this on TV?
I mean, we have a lot of these kind of jokes.
Yeah, a lot of nakedness.
But
a lot of nakedness.
Some programs we talk about like a sexual talk, and but stand-up comedian talk more deep topic. Yeah. But I like it. Yeah. Usually people can say that on the public, but comedians say that. Yeah. And people can say that, but understand. Yeah. Then can stop laughing. I like that kind of jokes. Yeah. But in Japan, we don't have that kind of jokes. Yeah.
Also, in Japan, it often goes by gender. Like men joking about masturbation is funny, but women joking about it is like there's still that sort of divide a little bit about. Yeah. It's still the same overseas as well. England as well, and that often there's still sort of more of a shock factor when it's a woman talking about sex that you don't get with men so much.
Yeah, usually female Japanese comedian make fun of their appearance, like a fat or ugly face. But recently we have a big argument. So because some young female comedians don't like it because now it's kind of time had changed. Yeah. That's why some female comedians stop performing like that, and then we try to change. But I'm not sure what we can change it or not. Yeah.
So with the current lockdown, like I personally think it's kind of good in a way.
Yeah.
A lot of things are online now. So now you can join in comedy shows from other countries. Belly dancing shows are online. You know, lots of famous people doing online talks. How do you feel about the comedy scene becoming more online nowadays?
I really love it, to be honest, because now I'm organizing online quiz show. I'm advertising, selling it on Airbnb experience. It's good because I can do from my home.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying, my show is good.
No. My show is, if you see the reviews, good shows. But, you know, Airbnb customers are all like a host, actually, basically. They know how host organize shows. They are very kind of nice people. They always give me a tatemae reviews. So, I mean, what good thing is like, I can connect to the world from my home, and then I can use two screens. It's a quiz show. One screen, I try to share the visual image. Question number 1, blah blah blah, and then the other screen, I read script. I don't remember the script, and even though my punchline is not strong, I can show the visual image. I pick up a funny picture, funny image, and then it's working. Yeah. I really like it. Yeah.
I think more places need a laugh track. I've done some comedy online, and there's always an awkward silence because everyone switches their microphone off.
Yeah.
So you're like, punchline! And it's like silence.
But, Rai-chan, you understand, we organize show in Tokyo together. Every time we perform, like in front of a Zoom screen, remember? No audience. There are some audience, no reaction.
So setting me up for my future in comedy.
Yeah, because my comedian friends, includes you, call my comedy show mental training.
It can be hard, especially when sometimes a lot of the audience is Japanese.
Yeah.
So there are some great British comedians who do your shows. But occasionally it's wordplay, because a lot of English has wordplay. And you can see everyone sort of just looking and going like, I don't know a second meaning for that word. And it just goes over their head a little bit sometimes.
Because even organizer couldn't understand. I pretended to laugh. Then I Google it. Oh, okay. Even I Google it, I can understand, Okay,
Yeah, so sometimes you sort of just sit up the back and you're just like, ha 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 ha, like supportive laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the difference in comedy.
Yeah.
Speaking in Japanese culture, how did your parents take the news that you wanted to quit your job and be a comedian?
Usually people expect kind of my parents got angry, said, fuck you, why you want to be a comedian? Shit. But my parents accepted because, I know you're a shit, Okay.
So supportive.
Yeah. Because when I graduated from college, I really wanted to go to the UK. Yeah, and then I didn't want to work here in Japan. But my parents said, oh, come on, Because, to be honest, I graduated from good university. Yeah, and then my parents said, oh, you should work at least 3 years.
I know that saying.
3 years.
Ishi no ue ni 3 nen.
But 3 years, I didn't get anything. Any skills. Then, but to be honest, once you started working, because salaryman is, of course, it's very hard to work sometimes, but basically, we can get salary.
Yeah.
And then get benefit from company. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
We have a weekend and then enjoy drinking. Sometimes I'm getting tired, but I just go to the work office and then pretend to work and get salary.
Destroy more Excel documents. Delete.
Yeah. But I worked 5 years. Yeah, it's enough. Yeah. And they gave up, Okay.
So in general, they were quite supportive then. For Japan, they were like, you should do what you want to do. If this is your dream, you should try.
I mean, like Japanese parents are supportive, you said?
Your parents were, though.
No.
For Japanese parents, they were quite...
Yeah, they don't care, actually.
Okay.
Just that's your life. You have responsibility for that, because if you... But my father said to me, but listen, if you can do well and you lose money, you will lose your friends too. He said that very seriously.
Did you lose your friends?
Yeah, of course. Because actually, like, all my friends, work in a kind of big company. Some of my friends started their own company. I don't want to care. Don't want to care. But of course, it's a human being. Sometimes I compare to them. I don't want to do that, but it's a human being.
Yeah.
Because I can see the Facebook and Instagram, everything. So I don't want to meet them now. Because, this situation. But I realize, some of my friends, even under this situation, I meet and drink.
Yeah.
That's a real friend.
Yeah.
Because I can show them, like, my situation now,
Coronavirus. If we're going to die, let's die together. No, not that situation.
Not that situation. My situation,
Yeah.
Like financial situation. I said I'm a comedian, but Japanese people call me I'm employed. That's the situation. You
didn't have any friends though who think it's really cool that you went to England?
But everyone say that actually. But actually, I know it's kind of tatemae at some point. Yeah. But I know it's my problem. Because if I open my mind, they accept me. Just because they're very nice.
Yeah.
But I don't want to meet them now. It's my problem. Yeah. That's why I need your support.
Come on, guys. We can do it. Support Meshida. So, you're very into work. You put a lot of time and energy into your comedy. And you're always organizing shows and that. Does that make it hard to meet women?
Hard to meet women?
Like, how do you find it hard to get a girlfriend because you're so focused on work, or are you just not really interested in dating?
Now I'm not interested in dating.
You're focusing on your job kind of thing.
Because, to be honest, sometimes I ask some women to date. She said, okay, let's go drinking. But because before, how can I say, the day before, suddenly I don't want to do that. And I said, sorry, I'm busy, You
would be a terrible boyfriend.
No. That's my problem. I'm terrible, now. I feel lonely. I just ask someone to date. But, I mean, I change my mood. Because I'm very moody. Yeah.
You sound like a teenage emo girl just sitting in your bedroom. I'm so alone.
But before, totally different. But now, under this pandemic, when I chose to be a comedian, and then my life, changed, and then kind of I changed,
We all changed. We've been through something. In Japan, often people feel pressured to get married and have a family. You're not particularly... That's not your goal at all?
I'm not interested in... It's good, win-win, because I'm not interested in getting married. And now in Japan, no one interested in getting to marry with me, That's win-win. Win-win situation. Yeah,
I mean, if it works for everybody, that's great. It's in Japan, it's still a little bit traditional. Japan is still sort of, you're expected to want to get married and have children.
Because people misunderstand. That's a problem, because our TV commercial advertising company always show us that's the happiness. Look at the TV commercial, like young parents raise kids in their house and happy moment. I don't think so. And people misunderstand. If you get married, you can be happy. It's totally wrong. Many people, after getting married, they have a success problem. Their relationship continue because they have kids. I know that a lot of that kind of partners and families.
Japan does tend to have, like, sometimes I see it almost like a marriage of convenience. Like one time I went on a date with someone on Tinder, and he actually said, like, you know, if we get married, I get more money at work. So if you ever want to get married, it's like a first date. But it's just that way of like, I get more money, you get health benefits, tax benefits. This works for everyone, rather than like the Western ideal of true love. Sometimes here it's a little bit more just like, I mean, I want a family. You know, you'll cook and clean. Have to admit, I would love a stay-at-home husband. I would work for that. Like, you cook, you clean, you do everything. That would
and maybe you understand because I'm 32, and sometimes I have a girlfriend, but I'm very used to be alone now. You know, so I don't need.
Yeah, God, I'm terrible at being alone.
I like be alone, to be honest. Yeah.
I live in a jikobuken, like the previous owner died in my house, and if my boyfriend is not home, I cannot turn off the lights.
Really?
Yeah. I leave all the lights on until...
How old are you?
I'm scared of ghosts. I cannot. I sleep with the lights on if I have to. I cannot understand that. But, I mean, that's good. You're focusing on your work. So you're
actually, I try to focus on working, but recently I usually focus on binge watching. Binge watching.
I totally thought you were going to say porn.
No. Come on.
I thought that's where that was going.
Because I think when I was young, sometimes I watched porn. Because it's a guy's talk. Because when I was young, I looked for the best thing to do it. You know, just sometimes I watch it 1 hour. I mean, try to search the best part. Best part to relieve my energy.
That was very graphic.
Yeah, relieve my energy. But now I realize it's kind of waste of time. It's very quick now. Just 5 to 10 minutes.
Just sort of get it out of the way. Time for dinner. Come on, I need to finish this. And okay, I've got 5 minutes. Set a timer.
But
I'm getting older.
Listen to me. I really love watching anime because I'm Japanese. But when I was before, I was not interested in Japanese. I read or watched famous anime kind of, but I didn't know like so much anime. But I met a lot of foreigners who come to Japan because I organize a show for them. So and then always talk me like, oh, do you know this anime? I didn't know that. So I think now this is a chance to watch it. And now I love it. And then it's the best excuse. Even, you know, I watched anime all night. I said, okay, this is my job. So far, I didn't have any jokes about it.
I'm sure it'll be useful someday in the future.
I hope so.
Speaking of the future, so after this corona sort of lifts a little bit, you said you don't have many dreams for the future. What are your goals? Like, what are you wanting to achieve?
The reason why I started uploading this podcast because I don't know what should I do.
I have no goals in life. Let's do a podcast.
Just a podcast. Maybe,
might be fun.
Yeah, maybe fun. To be honest, actually, my first goal is to organize a comedy show in Tokyo for foreign tourists after this pandemic, and I want to introduce like a funny side of Japan using stand-up comedy. Or maybe sometimes I can use quiz show. I like it, So, after this pandemic, when you come to Tokyo, please check out my comedy show.
He organizes them a lot, actually. I used to go to the free mic nights as well before
just
Corona. So definitely, there's always, everyone hangs out for a beer after the show as well. If anyone is coming to Tokyo after Corona, of course, definitely check it out. Especially because he apparently doesn't have any other goals. I personally hate making small talk, so I hate interacting with people on that sort of comedy show, but you always seem really happy meeting everyone.
Pretend. Because to be honest, I don't want to organize this, because before I told this, but I don't want to organize it. I want to be an organizer. I just want to perform. That's my goal. But in Tokyo, no one do it, you know. Everyone lazy.
I'm only here because he always nags me to come. So I can't argue.
I'm joking because there's a big comedy group in Tokyo, Standup Tokyo. Basically like a Western comedians organized. Sometimes I perform there. They are very nice. Actually, that place there are many Western audience. But they organize a show just like 2 times a week, once a week. And then, I mean, like when I perform there, I just perform like 8 to 10 minutes, something like that. So I need more opportunity. That's why I started my own comedy. Yeah. So, I mean, I need to organize it because I need more opportunity. To
do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it seems like you're very into sort of organizing and getting things going in the area though. So you're sort of thinking you'll keep doing comedy for the foreseeable future? You don't really have an end date in time. You're just like, I'm going to do comedy till I die.
I don't know.
Okay. It's a bit of a letdown there after my tension.
Now I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Now I really enjoy. I organize. I do some. I told you I don't like it, but I really enjoy now. Like organizing shows. I meet a lot of new friends.
So, sort of as a last thing, if you could say something to anyone who wants to come to Tokyo and try do stand-up comedy, even just as a free mic or an open mic night, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
Okay, please check out Standup Tokyo. Don't come to my place, It's a mental training, okay? If you want to, you're mentally strong, please come to my show. And after comedy show, like we just drink.
Yes.
Oh, today's comedy show is hard. Okay, maybe our mental will become strong.
I drink before my set and after it. I made it, guys. It's a bonding experience. Bonded through trauma.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, that's all our questions we have today.
Okay, thank you.
I would say thank you for coming, but I just randomly stole your podcast today. So thank you for answering all our questions.
Yeah.
And if anyone else has any other questions about how to be a porno actor in Japan, I'm sure they'll direct message you. Okay, thanks for coming, guys.
Bye.